Now, many of us have been seeing a lot more sunshine today, particularly in southern areas of Trinidad. Only a few clouds coming by. Meanwhile, the rest of the Caribbean, they're looking ahead to seeing probably some wet conditions, especially towards the north. But so far in Trinidad, we've seen just over a third of the month's rainfall, 96 millimeters so far at Piarco. Normally you get 251, and June is that first peak of the wet season, and it gets even wetter through July. But the forecast is that we could be seeing less rainfall as the wet season carries through. So at least for tomorrow then, definitely looking a bit more in terms of less cloud around, a bit more sunshine to come. Most of the showers are still towards the south, coming across Guyana. We could be seeing a bit more rain, possibly towards the end of the week, late on Friday, going into Saturday, courtesy of a tropical wave. But that tropical wave is being influenced by a lot of dry air. So that dry air is not only going to be suppressing most of the rain clouds, but also there's a bit of a high pressure ridge, so that may also be cutting off the tops of those clouds. And there's a lot of wind shear around. That means that the winds are coming from the opposite direction, from the west to the east, and basically not allowing those tropical waves to develop. So that means good news in terms of no tropical activity expected for the next few days, but there will be a few clouds from time to time. So looking across in Tobago, just patchy clouds through the morning into the afternoon. There's a slight chance of a stray shower, possibly first thing in the morning and maybe just around the lunchtime, but overall it should be fair weather for Tobago. Across in Trinidad, a mostly settled night, save for one or two showers in the usual places such as Lupino, out towards Valencia, maybe down towards southern areas along the hillsides. And then we got start tomorrow under fair weather, a lot more in terms of the sunshine expected, a few clouds, the passing light shower, but that should be it for northern areas of Trinidad. Similarly for southern areas of Trinidad, San Fernando, the usual shower at this time of the year, but for most areas mostly settled through Rio Claro down towards Moruga, sunny skies there. So warm, 34 degrees Celsius likely in Trinidad, 32 in Trinidad, possibly in Tobago, 33 possible in Scarborough. I will keep conditions warm across Tobago through Friday and into Saturday. Despite a bit of cloudiness coming through on the weekend, those showers should be few and far between for Tobago. Meanwhile for Trinidad, that tropical wave due late on Friday will add the cloudiness, it will add some moisture, but as I was saying, there's a lot of dry air filling in behind that as well, so it will be a mixed day for both Trinidad and Tobago through the weekend. So for mariners heading out, fresh spells continue easterly about 50 knots down from the 20 knots that we've been seeing. It's also less choppy as a result of the winds dropping 1.5 to 2 meters there. Now, for many parts of the Caribbean, they're concerned, particularly across the Greater Antilles, that is for the Bahamas, out towards Cuba, about more rainfall than they usually get. That means you could be seeing more mosquitoes breeding, and it also will be warmer than normal across the northern parts of the Caribbean. And obviously that may well lead to the mosquitoes breeding faster and more, but also the increase in the number of wet days and very long wet spells could cause some flash flooding concerns. But right now we're in the hurricane season, and at this time of the year, June, most of the activity is around the Gulf of Mexico and in the western Caribbean. But so far, all there is across the western Caribbean is this upper level trough. That's been bringing some rain to parts of Cuba, into the Bahamas, and some flooding as well in the parts of Florida. That will continue. Meanwhile, for the rest of the Caribbean, it's mostly settled, fine weather for the most part. So in terms of down towards the south, across the northern parts of Venezuela, they will see some showers, but it will stay south. Most areas across the eastern Caribbean mostly settled for the next few days. So we start our tour in Havana. Windy, damp conditions prevail, 32 degrees Celsius. It's a big change once you get to Jamaica further south, 32 under lots of sunshine. Just a passing shower towards the east into Santo Domingo, but overall we should be seeing mostly settled weather continuing all the way into the eastern Caribbean, down towards Barbados and into St. Lucia, out towards Georgetown. Still some showers around as they go through 34, maybe 32 degrees Celsius in Georgetown tomorrow. But for us, lots of sunshine expected and only just a brief shower. So that's your weather.